There are lots of urban legends in Jerusalem. This one might be the most important. It has to do with the Golden Gate and the fact that it is closed. Why is it closed?
For 500 years, the Golden Gate in Jerusalem has stood sealed as if time itself locked it shut. No kingdom, no army, no leader has ever managed to break it open. It became more than stone. It became a warning, a promise, a line drawn between the present and a prophecy waiting to unfold. But now, something unexpected has happened. A shift inside the gate, a space that was once unreachable, now open to human feet. And the moment this change was discovered, one question echoed across the world. Why now? If the gate was meant to stay closed until a destined hour, then this sudden movement might be the signal so many feared or hoped would come. And what it leads to is even stranger. Subscribe for more discoveries where faith meets archaeology, and don't forget to turn on notifications for our next revelation from the Holy Land. The Golden Gate has always carried a weight heavier than stone. In ancient writings, it's described as the very doorway the Messiah would pass through, a gate tied to renewal, judgment, and a moment the world could not ignore. That's why, in 1541, Sultan Suleiman sealed it shut, brick by brick, hoping to stop a prophecy he feared would come true. Some called it superstition, others called it strategy, but either way, the gate stayed silent, untouched, unmoved, until now. Because this new opening isn't just a broken stone or a shifted wall. It's happening from the inside, revealing places hidden for centuries. And with every uncovered space, the old prophecy grows louder. But the strangest part isn't the opening. It's what was found behind it. Behind the sealed stones lies a chamber few living people have ever seen. For centuries, it was thought to be completely unreachable. But now, with parts of the interior accessible, what's inside has stunned archaeologists, guards, and worshippers alike. Dust-thick floors, ancient arches, and a pathway that seems to lead deeper than anyone expected. It's as if the gate was never truly closed, but instead waiting, holding something in place until the right moment. Some believe the shift is natural. Others whisper that it matches descriptions found in old texts about a stirring before the final opening. Whatever the cause, the timing feels too exact to ignore. But history has shown one thing. Every attempt to open this gate ends in something unexpected. More than once, powerful leaders tried to break the Golden Gate open. And every time, something stopped them. In 1917, plans were made to destroy the gate completely, but on the very day the demolition was set to begin, control of Jerusalem shifted, and the order was never carried out. In 1967, during the Six-Day War, the idea surfaced again. The gate was a strategic position, and opening it seemed logical. But a respected religious leader gave a warning. Only the Messiah should open that gate. The message spread fast, and the idea was dropped. It's as if the gate itself refuses to be touched, closing every path humans try to take. So why is it opening now, on its own? Reports of the Golden Gate's partial opening spread fast. Videos appeared online showing worshippers entering small interior spaces unseen for generations. And with every new image, the questions grew louder. Why now? Why, after centuries of silence, does the gate begin to shift? Some scholars say the movement is simply the result of time, but prophecy watchers point to something else. Ezekiel's ancient words, describing a gate that would stay shut until the moment the Lord returns. For them, this isn't random. It's a countdown, a signal, a whisper from the past breaking into the present. And as more people step inside the gate's hidden rooms, the sense grows stronger. Because the next phase of the prophecy is even more unsettling. In both Jewish and Christian traditions, the Golden Gate isn't just another doorway. It's the place where everything is expected to change. For many Jews, it's the gate the Messiah will enter to restore Israel and bring lasting peace. For Christians, it's the gate Jesus once passed through, and the gate he will return through in glory. This shared expectation gives the opening a weight that's hard to ignore. Because if the gate moves, even slightly, many see it as more than history. They see it as the first tremor of a coming event, a sign that the timeline is shifting in ways we can't yet see. And with every new report, the tension grows. But the prophecies don't just speak of a gate, they speak of the world around it. Ancient prophecies never describe the Golden Gate opening in a quiet, calm world. They describe it in a world filled with shaking, wars, divisions, rising conflicts, and sudden disasters. And today, those signs are hard to ignore. Nations arguing, borders shifting, crises appearing without warning. Many believe these moments match the birth pains described long ago, the signs that would appear before the final return. So when the Golden Gate begins to open during this level of global unrest, people start asking a different question. Not just why it opened, but why now? Because the timing feels too precise, too sharp, too connected to the warnings written thousands of years ago. And the next sign in those writings might already be unfolding. The writings describe a moment when people will go about their lives unaware, not realizing how close the final events are. Just like the days of Noah, they say. Ordinary days hiding extraordinary change. And that's what makes the Golden Gate's opening so striking. Most of the world hasn't noticed. The shift is quiet, almost hidden, seen only by those watching closely. But prophecy often begins this way. Small signs, subtle movements, warnings that seem unimportant until the bigger moment arrives. If this is the first step, then what comes next could be sudden, disruptive, and impossible to ignore. The kind of moment that turns a symbol into a reality. And some believe that the next stage is already starting beneath the surface. As more eyes turn toward Jerusalem, one idea keeps rising. What if this is only the beginning? The Golden Gate has cracked open, but prophecy never speaks of a single sign. It speaks of a chain, one event unlocking the next, a gate opening, a world shaking, a moment where hidden things come into the light. Some believe this partial opening is a warning that the final pieces are about to fall into place. Others say it's a test, a wake-up call to pay attention before the next shift arrives. Because once the gate moves, even slightly, the clock can't be ignored. Something long protected, long sealed, is now stirring again. And the last part of the prophecy is the most gripping of all. If the Golden Gate is truly beginning to open on its own, then we are standing in a moment no generation has seen for 500 years. A moment tied to ancient warnings, sacred promises, and a return that both faiths have waited for. The prophecies say the gate will open when the appointed time arrives, but none of them describe what happens in the hours before that moment. The quiet, the signs, the shift no one notices until it's too late. And now, with the world shaking and the gate stirring, one question rises above everything else. If this is the first sign, what happens when the gate opens fully?